Father, give me a clear mind, a clear vision, clear words. Speak to us today. In the holy name of Jesus Christ. So there's this young man who loved animals. He loved all sorts of animals. He had himself a turtle and lizards, horny toad, sugar gliders, birds, all sorts of reptiles, snakes, lizards, spiders. But in particular, this young man loved a little ewe lamb. And he loved it. And he cherished that lamb. And it was given to him as a gift from his father. Now he did everything he could to protect that lamb. Gave it baths. He fed it. He slept with it. That lamb provided for him warmth, goodness, milk. Everything you could ever want or expect for that lamb to give you, he received it. He spent every day of his life trying to protect that lamb, take care of that lamb. See to it that lamb never was harmed or hurt. And then one day, he found his lamb at the edge of the field, wrapped up inside of a barbed wire fence. It was all tangled up. And the harder the young man tried to pull the barbed wire fencing off the tangled up lamb, the more it got hurt. Until it finally died. And there was nothing he could do to protect it. There's nothing he could do to prevent it from dying, from getting lost, from wandering off, doing its thing. No matter how hard he tried to control over that lamb, couldn't protect it. Later, his father gave him another lamb. A lamb that was pretty much exactly like the first lamb. And he loved it. And he cherished it. And he found warmth from it. He slept with it. It gave him comfort. Began to provide for all of his needs as he took it upon himself to become better. See, that first lamb he couldn't protect, but this lamb I'm going to protect. Taught himself how to use a sling. If a lion comes, I'll shoot that lion with one shot. If a bear comes, I will kill that bear with one shot. He loved that lamb so much, every time a little speck of dirt got on that lamb, boy, he was right there washing it clean, making sure that lamb was completely spotless. He was well protected, keeping everybody and everything away from that lamb. Nothing's going to happen to this lamb. Nothing. You ever felt like in life, the only way you could be safe, the only way the people you love can be safe is when you're in control? When you're in control. I mean, it's tough. When everybody on earth has free will, including yourself, including myself. We all have free will, and then we run up into a spot where our free will is all of a sudden meets another person's free will. And their will may not agree with your will. But you've learned through life the only way you can be safe is when you're in control. Because when something else is in control, you're not safe. And so we do everything we can to be in control over what people say, because what they say may jeopardize my safety. Control over what they do, because what they're doing may jeopardize my safety. And all my safety is wrapped around one thing. Don't break my heart. For the second lamb, the young boy had prudence. He had the ability to foresee what could happen when I'm not in control. When I'm not in control. Sometimes we feel like it's our job to keep the things we love safe. And maybe sometimes that's our own heart. The things going on within us. Our own emotions and feelings. Livelihood. And the only way we can keep those things safe is when we're in control of everything. And then we feel like if we're not in control, then things aren't safe, problems happen, tragedy may happen. And that tragedy may come as a result of somebody else's free will. That free will may choose to say, I can do it without you. I don't need your help. I don't need your guidance or your protection. I can make it on my own. And that includes my desire to live in the gutter. Wherever it may be. Maybe in the mud. Maybe lost outside the farm, stuck in a barbed wire fence. There's nothing we can do can control over that. But love, true, honest love, that's the thing. God manifests a fire in our life to manifest the truth. And if we're believing in a lie, we could be in a place of pain and suffering, trying to control over everything and everyone and everything done or said, because that's what keeps us safe. But it's in controlling and trying to control everything to keep you safe, you actually begin to harm not only yourself, but the one you're trying to protect. There's a young man who's a fisherman. He is following the instructions of his master. He's out fishing and a great storm comes up. He's got a boat full of buddies and they're out there working and rowing away in the midst of a storm, making no headway into the wind. It's fighting them all the way. Fighting them all the way. Yet while they're working and rowing and doing everything they can to fight that wind, they don't even notice or know there's a wind going on. Don't even recognize this in the midst of a storm. Same for us. We're trying to control over everybody and everything that's being said and their actions, not even recognizing we're in the middle of the storm because we're so focused on what we can do to protect the things we love. We're more focused on that, what we're doing, or maybe what we didn't do, what we could have done, what we should have done. Don't even recognize the storm. While they're out in the midst of the storm there, they see the Lord walking on the water. brave young man named The Rock. Seasons. Whoa, is that a ghost? Terrified. Frightened. Look at everything I'm doing, look at everybody I'm doing, but there's one spot I'm not looking. Right at God. Now that I see him, I'm terrified. They even thought of it. Going, see God, meet God. Just the thought of it. It's terrifying. Who are you? If you are the Lord, tell me to come and I will come. Come, he says. Immediately the rock stands up, steps out of the boat, begins to walk on the water, as though it was dry to the ground. And then looks around and finally notices, I'm in the midst of a storm. Not only am I in the midst of the storm, my life is in jeopardy. Oh my God. I've lost a sound thinking mind. I have no logic. What have I done? I've hung my whole life on a single word, come, and I don't even know who you are. Standing out in the middle of the ocean, there ain't no protection. In the middle of a storm, I can see the wind. I can see the waves. See the calamity. I can see the tragedies. But it's at that moment the man began to sink. No longer able to stand on top of the water as though it was dry land. More like sinking. Because that's what rocks do. When they hit the water, they sink straight to the bottom. And I mean, within an instant, that water was right there at his neck. And there's only one word you can say when the water's that deep. Help me. That's it. Because the next word is blah, 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 blah. Help me. And immediately, the Lord reached down and picked up that rock. And together they climbed on the boat, and everybody on the boat accepted it. They took it in, and they could believe it. Sometimes, the worst place we could imagine ourselves being is rock bottom. Sitting in the gutter with the water this deep. There ain't no weakness saying help me. See, that's that point in our life when we say it to ourselves. It doesn't matter. I could say the words, help me, Lord. I could say it 100 times. But until I believe it, until I believe I need help. Until I believe I am the one drowning. I am the one gonna lose my life. I'm gonna perish. I'm gonna die. I need help. And I have to believe I need help. Yeah, I know you believe it. I know you believe it. But I have to believe it. And when I believe it, and I confess it through honesty, that this is the truth. I need help. Immediately, help is available for you. Every person in the Bible who ever received a miracle from Jesus Christ resolved in their heart, I need help. And the only place I'm going to get help is from the one who cares. And there's only one who cares, Jesus Christ. And He's the light of life that lives within you. Sometimes there's a tragedy within our lives, and we may lose a parent. We may lose our mama as a young boy. And we took it upon ourselves to love that mother with all of our heart, with all of our mind, with all of our soul. And we're going to protect that love in everything we know how. Every piece of our body. I'm going to protect it. I'm going to cherish it. And I'm going to love it. And then in a moment, it's gone. It's taken away. If I'd only done this. If I'd only woke up 10 minutes earlier. If I'd only went to bed 10 minutes later. Maybe if I wasn't there. There must have been something I could have done. Don't you know how much I love and to lose something like that? Something you love. A little piece of you dies. And the piece of you that dies is faith. Faith that a good God turn any tragedy into a great blessing. Love comes with free will. In order for God to manifest love, make love real, free will is an absolute must. Because love isn't forceful. Love doesn't have to have control over everything. Love gives control away. Because if it's real, if it's true, if it's honest, you can allow somebody to leave your presence and they not cheat on you. Because love will return. Love will respect. Love will honor. And if it's not love, if you have to let somebody go and be worried and stressed out they're going to cheat on you, and if they did, that's not love. And the most damaging thing in life is loving a lie. Believing that lie is the truth. And yet a lie can never be the truth. It will always be found out, and it's found out through the power of the fire. Is my love dependent on a reward? Is my love dependent on what I can do? On how well I protect? On how well I care? How well I wash and I clean and I keep you spotless? Is love determined on that? Because love's just given away. And that's the grace of God. Love that is just given away. And what we don't believe in our life is God's greatest love, the manifestation of it in our reality, is in death. It's in death. Because everybody who has died has been released from sin. Died to our own will, believing we have free will. We don't have free will. God has free will, and He free willingly loves us. He allows us to believe in the illusion of free will so that His love can be magnified. So He can prove to us His love isn't determined upon what we do or don't do. His love is determined upon honesty. Honesty. Because nobody can be helped in this world until the individual who wants help says, I need help. I am sick. There's a woman who suffered for many years, 12 years, to a bleeding issue. Bleeding profusely for 12 years. Spent every dollar she could on doctors and places and people that said they could cure her, said they could help her, but they couldn't. And everything she had was exhausted. It was gone. Nothing left. Nothing more money to spend. If that's the Lord, I know. If that's the Lord, I know if I only touch but his garment, I will be healed. I know I'm sick, and I'm being dead honest. It doesn't matter if anybody else believes me. I'm being honest to myself. This is something that goes on within our own mind, to our own hearts, between God. I'm sick. I'm sick. And I am in dire need of healing. And if I only touch the Lord, I will be healed. I will be healed. And something motivated that woman to stand up, move herself from out of the comfort of her own home, from out of her own poverty, and walked right through a whole crowd of people and grabbed hold of that garment. And instantly she was healed. Sometimes we don't recognize just looking at Jesus with an honest, pure heart and a desire to know him honestly. Sometimes that takes an admission from us. I need help. That's the hardest thing for a man to do. It's very hard for a woman to do. Especially when you've been abused, but by people who were entrusted to care for you. When that's been broken, who can we trust? Who could I say I need help to? When I'm trying every day to prove to everybody I don't need help, I am in complete control. Just look at me. Look at how I control everything and everybody and how they say and how they walk and who they visit and what they do. I'm in complete control. Look how good I'm doing. I'm in control. And God stands back and says, okay. And there we are in the midst of the storm, rowing away, doing everything we can to fight that wind, to fight that storm. I ain't even going to acknowledge the storm exists. We go nowhere. Like a boat out in the middle of an ocean without a rudder. We have no guidance, nowhere to go. Being tossed to and fro with the winds and the waves. But if we just say, I need help, and mean it, you can be cured. You could be helped. See, God doesn't desire our destruction or demise. He desires our prosperity. He desires that, but he desires a different type of prosperity than that which the world can give. Because he wants to give you peace. And the peace of mind is to say to you, There's nothing you could have done to prevent it from happening. Nothing. But what you could do is trust in the Almighty God who loves and cherishes you, would never abandon you, has the power to rise the dead back to life. Because God knows love. And He understands love. God knows broken. And He understands broken. If I'm not broken, okay. Okay. Because Jesus didn't come into the world for the healthy. No, He came for the sick. I'm not sick, okay. Okay. Okay, I'm not sick, but I'm in the midst of a storm and the water is this deep. Just say the word. Just say it. I need help. And He will help you. Even if we couldn't say no. Like the devil came and he tempted us. Says, I'll hand you the glory of this world. All you gotta do is bow down to me. And maybe we did it. We couldn't say no. I'm sick. I'm full of a disease. And this disease has taken over my body as though it was a parasite. And I'm out of control because the disease is now in control. Yet still, if we'd only say, I need help. Immediately, help is available. I mean, I could say it all day. You need help. But you'll never be cared. You'll never find that miracle. Because it only comes when within your own self, you're honest. I need help. I need help. It doesn't make us weak. Jesus says, rock, my rock. Upon this rock, I'm going to build my church. And the power of hell will not be able to overcome it. I need help. From right there, from that foundation, God will build. He'll build a kingdom so mighty that its dominion will last from generation to generation. For that's the desire of God. I want to deliver you. But you say you need help. I want to rise you back up from the ashes of life. So all can see and praise God when they look at you. But do you need it? Help. There's a difference. Only one difference between those who are unsuccessful and those who are successful when it comes to addiction. When it comes to PTSD. When it comes to narcissism. There's only one cure. I need help. And that's scary when we make ourselves vulnerable. Because that's the one thing we don't want nobody to know. We're vulnerable. But God says that's strength. That's power. And inside of that vulnerability and that strength and that power, I can rise dead people back to life. Because that's our God. Mighty deliverer. God will provide. God will feed. God will nurture. God will love. God will pardon. Can you pardon yourself? Can you forgive yourself for not being able to protect the thing you loved most? Because that doesn't make you weak. It's God's job. As a good father, it's his responsibility to tend to the needs of his children. He is the good shepherd. Who is the good shepherd? The one who loved you more than you were able to love yourself. Listen, the one who loved you more than you were able to love yourself. The one who broke himself for your well-being. And I'm not just talking about Jesus Christ. I'm talking about God's holy temple. I'm talking about you. Talking about you. Sometimes we're so busy rejecting ourselves by trying to prove ourselves. We miss seeing the love within ourselves. And yet God says, I saw it. God says, I see that love. And it can't escape me. Because I put it there. I put it there. This is the love of God. Doesn't a good shepherd, if one is lost, will he not leave the 99? He's not saying this to us. He's saying, I'm the good shepherd. And if one was lost, wouldn't I go get it and bring it back to the 99 and be more happy about that one than all 99? I am the good shepherd, says the Lord. That's what I do. All I have to do is hear my lamb say, I need help. That's the will of God. That you would ask and he would provide. And we're lost in the world. We ask for cars, we ask for fame, we ask for fortune. But do we ask for help? I need help believing you. Strengthen my faith so I may believe. I need help. I mean, there's nothing more liberating to an addict than to say, I need help, and believe you do. That's liberating. That's freedom. That's where God can work. And millions of people all around the world are cured every day the moment they say it. I am sick. I am an addict, an alcoholic. I love drugs. I love being in control. Because being in control keeps me safe. But it's not until the day we say, I need help. I need help. Then, and only then, can you be cured. And I hope I encourage you today to just say the words. It's easy. Help me, Lord. Help me, Jesus. Help me recognize and understand you are in control. And if I'm not in control, I'm still going to be safe, and the things I love are still going to be safe. And I need help to believe that. I need help in believing when I let my girlfriend or spouse leave my sight, she's not going to cheat on me. I need help in believing that. I want to believe in the truth, and I want to love the truth, and I want the truth to love me. And I need help with that. I want to live in peace. And I want to have peace in my heart. And I don't want to be afraid. And I don't want to be worried. I need help with that. There are times, Lord, when I am so alone. I feel like I'm the last guy left on earth. I need help with that. Father, I don't feel loved anymore. I need help with that. There is a disease and a sickness ruling and mastering over my life, my joy, and my family. And right now it's breaking into pieces. I need help with that. I need to experience your love in order to be healed. And when we do it, free, willingly, God rewards that prayer, that heart. For He comes to bind the brokenhearted. He comes to bring back that which was lost, to restore the broken, to rise up from their ashes the dead, so that all together we can move together into a new world where death, tears, pain, and suffering has been removed. The greatest prayer in the entire Bible. I need help. Because God answered that prayer. Even though my enemies were many, God delivered me from my enemies. Even though the giant I was so terrified from, I was able to engage with it in the midst of a battle without even a weapon of war. And yet I won. When the bears came, the lions came with a single shot, I cut them down. That's God's deliverance, working through love in our lives today. Many people can't see the kingdom of heaven living here on earth. They don't have the eyes to see it, nor the heart or the desire to even care if it's here or not. There's many people in the world who say to themselves every day, I love my children, and I love my spouse. I would die for my children, and I would die for my spouse. I would die for my faith. But I won't give up alcohol for my children. Won't give up drugs for my children. Won't give up alcohol or drugs for my spouse. I die for you, but I won't give that up for you. What masters over our daily life? Our mind and our thought. What is our mind most thinking about all day, every day? Is it thinking about all day, every day? If I'm not in control, I'm not safe. Because if it is, it might be the day. It might be the time and the season within your own life to just say the words. Today, I need help. And that's the only thing going to keep me from dying. See if I get that help. I love you. See you next time.